Hello friends, I'm back with another tutorial on how to get a super high quality recording of rain. You can of course just like go outside with an iPhone and record rain, which I've done before and that can work. But this is more geared towards getting like a higher quality recording that you could use for a movie or a video game or your production that you can do without having like a $10,000 field recording setup. Even my like mid-range, like $200 or $300 field recorder picks up a lot of noise when I'm recording rain. And so this is a way that you can sort of creatively cobble together some layers and get something that sounds exactly like rain. So the first step is basically recording the sound of a pan sizzling. People say that bacon often sounds very much like rain. I think I had made a stir fry one night and recorded it. And then the next thing I did, since I used my iPhone, I just widened it a little bit with Imager, brought back some stereo imaging with Ozone 8. And then I'm just kind of starting to mimic the rain EQ curve by taking out some of the lows. So the next step is probably the most important one, and this is a little bit counterintuitive, but what you want to do is reduce the clarity of your recording by squashing it with a hard clipper. So now it's starting to sound more like rain. If I have less clipping, it's more like our sizzle, and too much clipping, it sounds too much like white noise. So you got to find the sweet spot. I landed right about there. And this is, again, we're reducing the clarity of the recording because we want this to be sort of our randomness, chaotic layer of standing outside and just hearing raindrops from every direction. And we're going to add back some clarity later, so it doesn't matter too much. The next step is to pay attention to your EQ curve. So if you look at my one I just showed you, looks like this. And I was looking at some references. You can get some recordings from Splice that you like of rain. So this one's a little bit smoother, a little more balanced, a little bit more peaceful. And now what you can do is bring back some of the clarity we took away by mimicking the sound of raindrops. So what I did is I had like these recordings of a stream that sounded like this. And then if you go in the Ableton Warp mode, put it on beats, you can make it pluckier. To kind of sound like raindrops. Make sure you have this one single arrow selected as well. I did the same thing with another recording of a stream, which is like, these are just lower raindrops that I filtered down. Right, so now we're starting to layer this in with our this layer that I showed you before. You don't want to overdo it because then it's just going to sound like a stream. But it gives you a little extra clarity. Without it, with it. So that's pretty much it. My finished version sounds like this. And of course, keep in mind that if we change the volume here, it's going to sound closer or further away, of course. Downpouring. Sprinkling. So that's something else to keep in mind. The volume is very important for rain. And then, you can just make different variations of it. This one has slightly more highs. And then just, listen back with fresh ears in the morning. It's like, I found that it's like really easy to trick yourself and make yourself think that you made like the best recording of rain ever. And then you listen back in the morning and it's just like super harsh in the highs or it doesn't sound anything like rain. So really make sure you use some references, just match your EQ curve to it and yeah, get creative to it. You don't have to like use the same layers I did. If you want to, I don't know, record raindrops from like a sink or your shower or, if you use a different type of sizzle, it should work fine. And yeah, like I said, you can also just go out with an iPhone and record record rain. But I thought this was an interesting way to sort of get something that's a little bit crisper. Going to be making some more tutorials on, nature sounds and stuff that I've been doing for the video game I've been working on. There's not like a ton of tutorials on YouTube, I noticed, for like nature sounds, like thunder and stuff like that. So, look out for that, guys. And thanks for watching. Peace.